The first thing that you want to do when you get your rig is make sure that all the parts that you need are in the box. For the Reflex SR10, this includes a shoulder pad, 2 quick handles, a carry handle, a quick clamp that's going to come pre-attached to a T with a thumb screw, a quick release plate that'll come pre-attached to a small mounting plate, another quick clamp, another T, a medium mounting plate, 2 counterweights, 2 15-inch rails, 1 brace that'll come with 2 screws, additional thumb screws, a pack of Allen wrenches, and lastly a pack of hardware that came with the quick releases in case you want to use it in a different application. Before you start assembling your rig, it's important to check all the threaded holes and the screws to make sure that all the threads are clear and that there's no debris that ended up in there. Otherwise, you run the risk of cross-threading something and ruining a part of your rig. Here I have 2 Reflex SR10 rigs that are set up in 2 slightly different configurations. The first one here has the quick release plate mounted to a T, which allows vertical adjustment between the camera mounting platform and the rails. This one over here has the quick release plate mounted directly to the quick clamp. This gets your camera as low to the rails as possible and is good if you're using a battery grip or an XLR adapter, but doesn't allow as much adjustment. The one other difference that you'll see between these rigs is that on this one, the carry handle is mounted facing to the back. On this one, it's mounted facing forward. If you have the handle facing forward, it makes the rig more balanced, but it makes it a little harder to get your camera onto the rig. You'll have to slide the plate forward on this one to mount your camera. On this rig, with the carry handle facing backwards, the rig won't be quite as well balanced when you're carrying the camera, but it allows you to mount the camera from either direction. One other thing to note is that the carry handle can be adjusted left to right to better balance the weight. Right now I'm going to take you through assembling the SR10 with the quick release plate mounted to the T. The first step that you want to do is attach the counterweights to the post on the back of the shoulder pad. You'll see that there's a set screw in there that can be tightened with one of the Allen wrenches. Next, we want to attach the shoulder pad to the quick clamp that has the T pre-attached. We'll do this using the shortest thumb screw that's provided. Now we're going to attach the carry handle using one of the remaining thumb screws to the shoulder pad T. Now we're going to attach the quick release to the remaining T. We'll do this using 2 cap screws. The quick release comes pre-attached to a small mounting plate. On the front of the mounting plate, there are 2 threaded holes, and on the back, there's only 1 threaded hole. We're going to want to use the side with 2 threaded holes and attach that to the T. The T allows you to slide the quick release plate horizontally to make sure that you can align your camera properly with the rails. Make sure that you tighten down the cap screws so that the quick release plate cannot move side to side before you attach your camera. Next, we're going to use the remaining thumb screw to attach the quick clamp to the T. Do this by sliding the T into the alignment slot and tightening down the thumb screw. We'll attach the medium mounting plate to the T by sliding the T into the alignment slot and inserting the remaining cap screw. Make sure that the T is flush with the bottom of the mounting plate. Now that you have all of the sections assembled, you're ready to attach them to the rails. Start by sliding the rails through the quick clamp on the shoulder pad. Once both of the rails are inserted, you can cinch down the quick clamp. Next, we're going to take the quick release and slide it onto the rails as well and cinch down the clamp. Lastly, we're going to take the quick handles, slide them onto the rails, and twist the handle to tighten them down. Once both of these are attached, you're ready to put your camera on the rig and start shooting. Now we're going to assemble the SR10 with the quick release plate mounted directly to the quick clamp. The first thing that you'll need to do is remove the quick release plate from the small mounting plate. There are 4 screws that are in here, and you'll use the smallest provided Allen wrench. You can set the small mounting plate aside as it will not be needed. Now you'll take the quick release plate and mount it directly to the top of the quick clamp using 2 of the screws that you just removed from the small mounting plate. To do this, make sure that the alignment slot is facing forward. Make sure that you get both screws snug, but do not over tighten them as that may damage your rig. Next, we're going to attach the brace to the medium mounting plate. It's important to note when looking at the brace that the hole spacing is not symmetric. There's a short side and a long side. When mounting it to the medium mounting plate, you'll want the short side facing down. This allows the brace and the mounting plate to mount flushly. Once that's done, you'll take the brace and align it to the alignment slot and use the other screw that's provided to tighten it down. Now that you have all the sections assembled, you're ready to assemble your rig by sliding them onto the rails as we did in the previous section. The angle of the shoulder pad can be adjusted by loosening the thumb screw, twisting the shoulder pad, and then once you find a position you like, you go ahead and tighten it back down. Since this isn't something that you'll frequently be adjusting, it's best that you tighten it down with an Allen wrench to make sure that it doesn't come loose while you're shooting. All of the thumb screws can be tightened with an Allen wrench if need be. The tension on the quick clamps can be adjusted using an 8mm wrench on the lock nut. To tighten it, simply hold the clamp and spin the lock nut. You might want to do this if you're having trouble with the rails spinning when you're using the handles, or if you're using somebody else's rails that may be slightly different size than ours.